We now return to Mega March. Plasma Power!
Honorable mentions.
Hello everyone, ColeManX here. Before we get to number 1, we're gonna cover a few of our honorable mentions. What are some games you would have liked to see on the list? Anyway, let's start with Mega Man Soccer. Mega Man Soccer is one of the funniest openings to anything I've ever seen. It's just... Okay, let's get into it. First of all, the art style and the music, they're just really charming. It looks a lot more comic book than a lot of the other games, and that's pretty cool. I kind of dig it. But there's just the implication that Rock becomes the super fighting robot just to get a leg up in a soccer match. Like, isn't that against the rules? And when he finally changes to Mega Man, dude is pissed. Like, Jesus, man, calm down. It's just a game. But, yeah, Mega Man Soccer, it exists.
Oh man, the intro to Mega Man 9 sure is a special one. If you were a Mega Man fan like me in a pre-Mega Man 9 world, you know how long that ridiculous wait was between Mega Man 8 and Mega Man 9. I mean, we got plenty of other Mega Man games in between. I mean, if you look at it, Capcom was kind of pushing Mega Man all up in everyone's face for quite a while there, and then all of a sudden there was a Mega Man crash. So for Mega Man 9 to kind of come out of nowhere unexpectedly to everyone else, we weren't really sure, like what we were going to get. We were wondering if we were going to get another sprite kind of game like Mega Man 8 that used an anime aesthetic. We didn't know we were going to get like a 3D sort of deal. We weren't really sure what was going to happen. And then of course they surprised everyone by going all the way back to their roots and made Mega Man 9 an 8-bit game, which really went back to the NES basics. And so I think that because this was such a landmark game where they had to go back and kind of start over again, and they even acknowledge this a bit in the intro, I think the music was a perfect choice. Basically, it feels very like hopeful and uplifting, and there's lots of building and crescendo. It kind of feels a whole lot like when you're watching the intro to Mega Man 2. It kind of evokes the same sort of feeling of, building up and building up and building up, and then finally, wham, you get to that title screen, and you're getting hit with like the fast-paced action, and the music is going really quickly, and it just really gets you. It gets you in the mood. You feel like you're gonna go save the world. You're playing some Mega Man. Definitely very evocative of Mega Man 2, and I'm sure that was absolutely intentional. What with the way that the game returned to the roots of NES Mega Man gameplay. And of course, in the music, they captured that feeling really well. There's not really too much more that I can say about it other than that I think it is the perfect intro to capture the revitalization of Mega Man, at least until the next drought came around.
Howdy folks, ShadowRock here. Mega Man Network Transmission. I have so many fond memories of picking this game up from my local Hollywood video, back when rental stores were still a thing, and I must have rented this game twice in order to beat it before I decided to buy it outright, and I still have my Hollywood video copy to this day. Anyways, normally I would say, how about that intro, but more like, how about that OST? Oh my goodness, the soundtrack in Mega Man Network Transmission, in my opinion, may be the best Mega Man soundtrack there is. And when you boot up Network Transmission for the first time, you're hit with a banger, a rendition of the Mega Man Battle Network main theme, but in more of a techno style. If you've been playing Rockman X Dive religiously, you may even remember this theme from the Network Transmission themed event they had a while back. Now start a new game, and we're treated to a lovely 3D animated cutscene recreating the final battle in Mega Man Battle Network 1. Mega Man EXE and LAN versus Dr. Wily and the Life Virus. I'm pretty sure I've seen this cutscene played in a Walmart or something before, back when this game first came out. And I just remember back then I was even like, man, that's some graphics. Might be one of the best Mega Man cutscenes I've seen in my life. Maybe the graphics thing doesn't hold up today because, well, it's a GameCube game, what can you do? But back in '03, oh you bet, this was a treat for Battle Network fans everywhere. You have all the classic anime tropes in this one cutscene. Dr. Wily going on and on about deleting things, slotting in the M cannon, and you even get a not a charge shot moment. The only weird thing is that for this game, unfortunately, they didn't have any English voice acting, so we had to stick with the Japanese subtitles, even for those of us in the West. But personally, I didn't mind it all that much. Just look at that animation. And shoutouts to the background design here. Not only does it look pretty good for a GameCube game, but there is some in-game continuity here because the World 3 base that you see during this cutscene, you get to see the same background elements once again when you revisit the ruins of the World 3 base later on in the game's story. And then once the EXE1 recap is over with, you get hit with another one of my personal favorite bangers in this game. The relaxation theme, which is really chill, but also really catchy. As the name implies, you really do get the relaxation vibe from it. Setting the mood really nicely as Lan and Mega Man talk about the previous events, and then Mega Man berating Lan to do his homework as he usually does. It's a classic EXE series opening through and through. But that opening combined with the music and seeing all of our favorite characters in 3D, well, mostly just Lan as he stays in his room all game, it just makes everything feel that much more special. All I will say in conclusion is, go listen to the Network Transmission OST if you haven't. I promise you, it's excellent stuff, and if I ever had to pick a dream team to do the music for a future Mega Man game, it would 100% be the guys that worked on Network Transmission. That's all from me. All hail the World 3!
Man, how could we talk about famous and popular and awesome Mega Man intros and not talk about the Mega Man Ruby Spears cartoon intro? Now, I know technically it's not actually a game, but it is a Mega Man intro nonetheless, and it is probably the most iconic Mega Man intro to anything. I mean, everyone still calls Mega Man the super fighting robot to this day, even though they don't really think that they ever did that in any of the games. So yeah, I would say that this intro to this awesome cartoon from the 90s really made its impact. It's only 9 lyrics for the entire intro, unless of course you're a weirdo and you space out Mega and Man as 2 separate words, then I guess it comes out to a nice round 10. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick with 9. Although I guess it could be a little bit more if you include the da-na-na-na, but that's more like an onomatopoeia than it is a lyric. But I mean, this intro tells you everything you gotta know. Like, it starts off, it's high energy, it has that fast-paced kind of, like, superhero feeling that, like, a lot of the intros in Mega Man games often evoke. And yeah, I mean, like, the lyrics tell you everything you gotta know. It's not really like an intro song that's like telling a story, like let's say like the Sonic the Hedgehog theme song from the Sad AM, as a lot of people call it, which is kind of like singing to you his origin story. No, it's just telling you like Mega Man is a super fighting robot and he's trying to save the world. That's it. Those are the lyrics. Enough said. All you gotta do is listen to that jammin' awesome 90s guitar and synth music, and in less than a minute, you're going to jump into either a really awesome episode of Ruby Spears, or you're going to get something stupid and crazy like the Lion Men. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else there is to say. It is like, when I think of like a Mega Man intro, like that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like that theme song, even for people who grew up in a generation where like they didn't even have it on TV, everyone knows this theme song. Everyone knows this intro. And so even though it's technically not a game, I say this is definitely the most honorable mention out of our honorable mentions. And that's a fact.
I was really sad that Mega Man 5 didn't make the list, but I finally get to talk about it here, so here we go. coming into this game, like when I originally played it, all I knew about the classic series was the Ruby Spears cartoon and Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy. So seeing Proto Man as the main bad guy in the opening just really made sense to me. Like, I love when Proto Man just, like, grabs light and just whoop right off the screen and just, like, his scarf falls. I really wonder if that was intentional misdirection. But, you know, Mega Man catches it and he's, like, angry, and just the music that's playing the entire time. It's just legendary. It's a really good opening. Like, I love Mega Man 5 to death, and it's an awesome way to start the game. And that's going to do it for our honorable mentions. Thank you for sticking around Mega March so long. We'll see you tomorrow with number 1. What could it be? Yeah, right, like we don't know.